Hey, hello, hi everyone.
Hi
Well,
guys, how are you?
welcome to today's 10 to 13 focus Paradise on Earth. Nice. Should we introduce ourselves? I'm Charlotte. I'm from Birmingham in the UK, currently in Milan, and working with Peter at Fabio Filzi.
Near Centrale. I'm Peter. I'm originally from Manchester in the north of England, but at the moment I live in Milan and I am stuck in Milan.
Please let us know who you are, your name, where you are from, or where you are watching from, and say hello. Interact with us, please. And we've got a lovely photo to look at for the start of the lesson.
It is a very nice area, isn't it?
Yeah, paradise. Three viewers.
Desert island.
Yeah, an island somewhere with beautiful blue water and white sand beaches. Lovely.
Very
My
tropical,
kind
very
of place.
looks very Maldives-esque.
Yeah, it does. It does look like it could be the Maldives. Okay. Hey, Mauro. Mauro commented. I'm getting ready
Hello.
for the lesson. Okay.
Welcome. So, today in this focus activity, we'll be talking about paradise destinations, looking at destination reviews, and using colloquialisms to describe different places.
Mm,
So, it'll
interesting.
be
Okay.
lots of language, I think, in this lesson.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Okay, so our first slide, we have paradise. What springs to mind when you hear the phrase paradise on earth? Do you think you've ever seen a paradise on earth? Describe it. Have you heard of any holiday destinations which are renowned for being idyllic? Oh, okay. So some interesting vocabulary there that we can explain.
Mm. Springs to
Mm.
mind that, for example, that you immediately think about when you hear the phrase paradise on earth. Hello, Vincenzo and Lucia.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome. And known for being idyllic, for being very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So let us know in the comments what you think. What springs to your mind when you hear the phrase paradise on earth? What about you, Charlotte? What's your idea of paradise on earth?
So the image in the first slide, white sand beaches, clear blue water, palm trees, a beautiful ocean scenery for me is paradise on earth. That's what springs to my mind. What about you, Peter?
For me, paradise on earth is the idea of being in nature.
Mm,
So maybe the most natural wonders, as in not man-made, but made from nature. So Everest, I imagine, is its own paradise on earth, and places in the Amazon are their own types of paradise on earth.
yeah, it's a
I
good
think it's a
answer.
very broad term to describe. But what about you at home? What do you think when you hear the term paradise on earth? What does it make you think about?
Yeah, get commenting, let us know. What springs to your mind when you hear paradise on earth? It's not what I can see right now.
No, not paradise on earth. It's very nice. Okay. Yeah. Vincenzo with some good answers there. I agree. This is my idea of paradise on earth as well. This kind of setting, this kind of landscape.
I like that you said silence. I think that's a really nice answer. Just being in nature and everything being silent and still.
It is a
Love
very, very important one.
Any other answers? Paradise on earth to people?
Do you think you've ever seen a paradise on earth?
Yes, I've been quite lucky in places that I have lived in. So I've lived in Fiji, which for me would be the ultimate paradise on earth, and then also Thailand. And I am very into beaches, like I said, and palm trees. But also, I was very lucky last year to spend time with a friend's family in Bormio in northern Italy when it was very snowy and the mountains. And I was very, very impressed and amazed by what I saw. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. So I think that is also a paradise on earth, as you and Vincenzo said, with mountains and low scenery.
Very lucky girl.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm quite grateful for, lucky and grateful for what I've seen. What about you, Peter? Do you think you've seen a paradise on earth?
Paradise is a interesting term. I don't think I've seen a paradise on earth. I've seen some very beautiful places on earth. The Grand Canyon in America is it's a marvel to look at, but I wouldn't describe it as a paradise on
Okay.
earth. Yeah, this type of thing, a lake between mountains or an ancient, I think, castle in nature could be a paradise on earth. Possibly, yeah. So, like in the picture, this type of thing could be interpreted as paradise on earth.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I think everyone, will have a different opinion, really. It's quite subjective to the person what paradise is.
Yeah, very, very subjective. Naturally.
Okay. Okay, have you heard of any holiday destinations which are renowned for being idyllic?
Yeah, a lot of times when I teach in the school, a lot of people's dream destination is to go to the Maldives because of the scenery and because of the image of a paradise on earth. But for me personally, I have heard that island hopping in the Caribbean is something where you can see lots of different paradises on earth. island hopping is a great something I am desperate to do in the future.
Yeah, no, island hopping is amazing. It's a very good way to spend holiday or time traveling, just going from island to island and yeah, seeing the scenery, maybe doing
Right.
hiking as well. It's pretty
What,
cool.
what about you at home? Have you ever seen any paradise on Earth? And have you heard of any holiday destinations which are renowned for being idyllic? Some people consider Scotland to be.
Hmm.
I mean, it's pretty. Paradise on Earth is a big stretch for Scotland, but I can understand the idea that it is an idyllic place to go on holiday, particularly if you
Yeah.
like hiking and to be in nature.
Yeah, and like Vincenzo, yeah, the silence. I can imagine Scotland is very quiet and calm and can be idyllic.
Yeah.
And places in Switzerland as well. I went to Lucerne. Is that how it's pronounced? Lucerne. That was very idyllic. Big, beautiful lake, and we stayed up a mountain, and it was very beautiful, stunning.
Very nice. Let us know in the comments what you think about this,
Yeah.
about paradise on Earth, and about holiday destinations.
Yeah. Okay, let's go move to this one. What do we have here? Okay. Do you want to read this one?
What makes a place paradise? For you, what makes a place paradise? Which of these are the most important, making a destination idyllic? The atmosphere, experiencing a new culture, the landscape, things to do, monuments, museums, tourist attractions. Oof,
Mm, I
difficult.
want to go to that place in the picture. That's the Dolomites, isn't it?
Oof.
It looks beautiful.
I'm not sure. Be surprised if it's the Dolomites.
I think it might be. I could be wrong though. it
Italy,
looks
but
it looks similar to images when I've been looking at places to go on holiday in Italy.
hmm. Ah, so Lucia says maybe you don't know, but maybe Civita de Bagnoregio is it idyllic? Sometimes the problem of these places is the crowd.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, possibly this type of thing. I do not know Civita di Bagnoregio, but I imagine
yeah, I want
it could be idyllic, but crowds are something that can ruin paradise on
Oh,
Earth.
I did. I just quickly typed that into Google. That does look beautiful.
Yeah. And thank you, Vincenzo. Yeah, some areas of Scottish area are very idyllic. So the Civita. Okay, let's. I will try and type it in. Is it uh
It looks a bit like a castle on a hill. I just quickly searched it then. It does look idyllic, but I could imagine that there are many people, there are crowds there.
I think this might be terrible to say, but I think I have been there. I just did not
Really?
remember the name because I remember um, the route to the castle. My father is scared of heights,
Okay.
and he to walk to the town, he has to close his eyes, and my mother has
Oh,
to guide him
oh,
because
bless.
he cannot go to the town any other way.
How long
But
ago did
yeah,
you go there?
very maybe when I was 13, 14. So unfortunately, a
Okay,
very long time ago now. But it
but
does
you have a
look
good memory
very,
of it.
very nice. And it was very nice from memory.
Cool.
But the main memory I have is my father terrified of the path. But
Is is he still afraid of heights now?
it's
He hasn't gotten over it.
I think it gets worse with age.
Yeah, agree. I do think fears do get worse as you get older.
Yeah, they
I'm more
exacerbate.
aware. Yeah, totally.
So what makes a place a paradise? Okay, I'm going to put these in order of importance for me.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, please feel free to do the same at home. But for me, the most important things are the landscape and the atmosphere. Because a paradise on earth, I think if it's a paradise, you don't need to do anything. You can
Mm,
just live in the atmosphere, live in the moment, and you can enjoy yourself. And then finally, experiencing a new culture and things to do. But the bottom,
yeah.
monuments, museums, tourist attractions, not really important for me for a paradise on earth.
Okay.
Yes, Fabiola, exactly. I am 100% with Fabiola. A
Yeah,
paradise
same.
for me is the Caribbean. To go to Jamaica or Trinidad and to just hop from island to island would be the best way to experience paradise on earth. The atmosphere and the landscape, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you? What do you think are the
Yeah, agree with you. The landscape and the atmosphere together as number one. Then experiencing a new culture. I do enjoy that. Things to do, not as important. And again, the monuments, museums, tourist attractions at the bottom. If anything, I usually avoid big tourist attractions. Obviously, I have been to tourist attractions, but it's never really that high up on my list. Even in cities, I quite like just walking around and exploring the streets rather than
yeah,
going to very busy areas.
living in the atmosphere?
Yeah, it's very important. The atmosphere is a key thing there for describing paradise. Oh, okay. We have the landscape, the atmosphere, experiencing a new culture, things to do, and monuments. Yeah, I think we all agree here. We've all got the same
Yeah,
idea.
we
Okay,
all have a
great.
similar kind of attitude towards what makes a place a paradise.
Hmm. Right, I'm going to move on now. Put on the next one.
Ah,
Useful
good year, good
phrases.
year. So welcome to the language aspect of the lesson.
Okay, so we have useful phrases. What do you what do the underlined words phrases mean? Okay, so we have one. We stayed in the heart of the city. Shall we do this one by one because it's quite a lot to take in.
I think, there are some phrases here that are difficult to interpret.
Definitely.
So, number
Okay.
one, we stayed in the heart of the city. Okay. So, in the heart of the city, I think is quite an obvious one. In the heart of the city, where the life of the city is. So, where lots of people are, where the heartbeat of the city is, where the atmosphere is strongest in the city. We say
Yeah,
in
that's
the heart of the city. And good afternoon, Giuseppe. Welcome to the lesson. We are just discussing phrases to do with paradise and visiting different places, very colloquial terms. Okay.
yeah.
We want to do number 2.
Okay, 2. It was packed and vibrant, a bustling town. Okay, so packed. There were a lot of people, or maybe in a small place, and packed in. Not much room for movement. You can't really move around. Vibrant. Okay, vibrant. What springs to mind for vibrant? Quite colourful, bright atmosphere. There's lots of chatting, music, maybe a energetic and fast-paced, and then a bustling town goes with vibrant.
Busy.
Yeah, a busy town. Lots happening in this town. Lots going on. Lots of people. Lots of music, maybe chatting in the background. Yeah, lots going on.
This is a very good understanding of number 1, in the heart of the city, where the city heart beats.
That's lovely.
Well done. So packed, when it's full of people, vibrant, bright, colourful, like you said, that's a really good word for vibrant, and bustling, where there is life in a city. Okay, number 3, the castle was vast and run down. Okay, vast is a word we use for big. Big. When there is maybe a lot of corridors, lots of big spaces, lots of underground passages because it's a castle, lots of so vast means big with lots of connotations. When there's large open spaces, lots of corridors, lots of roads, streets, and run down. A synonym is dilapidated. So, for example, a rundown area of Milan, I suppose, could be Pasteur. Is a rundown area where the buildings are not renovated, where the streets are sometimes dirty. We say run down to describe this general kind of look for a city.
Yeah, it wasn't what it used to be.
Exactly.
Okay, great. Okay, so 4, I'd never come across a place quite like it. So you had never seen anything like it before. You have never experienced a place like the one that you are seeing now, I think would be the best way to describe that.
Yeah.
You've never seen it before.
It's a phrasal verb. To come across something is to discover by accident as well.
Yeah, that's a nice way to say discover it by accident. I like that.
To come across something. You did not look for it, but you found it regardless.
And 5. Okay. Do you want to do 5?
Number 5. It was off the beaten track, tranquil and unspoilt.
Lovely.
Off the beaten track. Off the beaten track is a phrase we use where it is not commonly known and it is difficult to locate, difficult to find. You need to use a different road or a different street to the most common or most obvious street.
Yeah. Maybe there's less tourists as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Less people around.
When it's less obvious. And unspoilt is when it is untouched by humans normally. So, for example, something that is unaltered or isn't changed by man is unspoilt in its original form.
Yeah, good. In original form. Okay, we have 6. I strolled past the palm trees lined up side by side along the beach. A stroll is a slow walk. Slow, you're not in a rush. You are just walking along the beach, taking your own time. So, yeah, walking slowly. And side by side, just next to each other, side by side, the palm trees, all lined up in a row across the beach. Perfect.
To stroll,
what I would like to do.
Walk, kind of in a relaxed way. Number 7. There was too much to take in as we drove across the breathtaking landscape. Too much to take in. Okay, so to take in something is to absorb. In this context, to take in the landscape is to appreciate the landscape, to take it in, to recognize the beauty and the natural elements of the landscape. Breathtaking is a adjective with a very positive connotation. Breathtaking, it takes your breath away. It is so nice.
Yeah, lovely description. Okay, and 8, the mountains form a backdrop to the town. Okay, so you have the town in the front. I'm going to use the picture from before with the Dolomites in the background. That is the background. If you were to take a photo, you'd have the town in the front of the picture, and then the Dolomites or the mountains would be the backdrop to the town. Usually very beautiful. We use it in movies as well, don't we? The backdrop of a movie set.
Yeah.
The back of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the background of something. Okay.
Do we have any questions?
A lot of language, but we will do a revision at the end. So don't worry if you don't understand all of the words just yet.
Yeah, that was a lot to take in. So good job for sticking and staying with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have reviews. Oh, I've been here. Have you been there?
Is it India or
Marrakesh?
Marrakesh, Morocco?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read or?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. It's easy to lose yourself in the narrow, winding streets of Marrakesh. And we mean that both literally and metaphorically. Smell the spices in the air. Brush up on your haggling at one of the bustling markets. Then sip mint tea in the, oh, I'm going to say this wrong, in the Majorelle garden. End your day lounging in the rooftop garden of your riad, watching the sunset over this timeless city. Again, that's a lot of language to take in there. So get commenting if something is very unclear. Let's start. How would we describe that? Easy to lose yourself.
Well, to become
in the
lost
place.
when you don't know where you are. So to lose yourself is to walk and you become lost.
Yeah, you're lost in the narrow, which are thin. They're not large streets. They're narrow streets, winding. Like this, they wind around the streets of Marrakesh.
Another phrasal verb, brush up on your haggling. To brush up on something is when you practice in order to improve. Normally after a long period of absence. So to brush up on something is to try and improve and to try and maintain a level of skill at something. For example, I watch Spanish films and Spanish TV series to brush up on my Spanish.
Cool. That's good. Haggling. It's when you bargain. You bargain with people. Yeah. It's very well known in Marrakesh. If you want to buy souvenirs, you haggle with the person to knock the price down, to lower the price of the item. What else do we have? And guys, please comment if something is unclear. Ask us questions.
Anything is a little difficult to try and translate.
End your day lounging in the rooftop garden. Lounging, just lying around, relaxing.
Exactly, yeah.
Would you like to go to Marrakesh, Peter?
I would love to go to Marrakesh. I would like to experience the atmosphere and the opportunity to haggle. To be honest, I would like to travel everywhere. It's one of my hobbies that I want to try.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good hobby.
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. Read the text to a partner. Together, answer these questions. What does the reviewer love about the place? What is one drawback of your paradise on Earth? Would you like to go there? Which destination would you prefer to go to? So I think there is a resource on the side. I'm not sure if you are able to access it.
Yeah, I think there will be. No. Or we could go to this one maybe, or make our own up. Which would you prefer? Because we can't get to the resource.
Well, we can go on to this one.
Okay.
Ooh, but first we have a question. What is Riad?
It was in the text. I am assuming it is a type of hotel in Morocco.
Riyadh. I think Riyadh is. It's a name of something.
I'm just okay. Can I share? So It is typically in Marrakesh. The hotels have a big outdoor courtyard, and usually in the middle there is a swimming pool, and there's balconies around the courtyard. It's very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I didn't realize that they were called Riyadh, but yes, I don't know if I can share that without getting rid of this slide, but it's a type of hotel, very old looking, made of stone with pillars, a swimming pool, and balconies overlooking the swimming pool. Oh, it's also a city in Morocco.
Ah, okay. So it's a noun, but it's not English. I think it's an
No.
adapted word that we
Yes,
have
100%. Yeah,
taken.
definitely. Okay, thanks, for the question. We had to clear that up.
Hmm.
Okay, so your experience of paradise. Have you ever been to a place that has breathtaking views, is off the beaten track, is a bustling town, was unlike anything you had come across before, is run down but magical, is in the heart of the countryside or city? And please comment as we talk with each other.
Hmm.
Okay, Peter, breathtaking views. Have you ever been to a place that has breathtaking views?
The Grand Canyon
Mm.
it's a place which has breathtaking views because I could not appreciate the sheer size of it when I
Yeah,
originally saw it.
yeah.
Where else have I been to? Which is the Eiffel Tower and the Sagrada Familia. But one place that is
Mm.
surprising, breathtaking views, Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not in the same way, obviously, but there are places where you just sit there and your face is completely right. I don't know what.
Wow. Could you describe that? Like where in Vegas took your breath away?
I think the Strip.
Okay.
So the road with all the most famous casinos.
Mm.
It's another planet entirely.
Yeah, I guess so much happening and so much to see and to take in the atmosphere, as we were saying. I could imagine that. Yeah. Okay, guys
Yeah.
at home, breathtaking views that you have seen. Let's get some comments going.
Uh,
For me, the most breathtaking view I have seen is definitely islands in Fiji. I've been to a few islands, and Fiji has the most beautiful, but it's not as packed with tourists as other places are. I think that's a big key part to Fiji.
Fiji sounds like a nice place to visit.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely breathtaking. And snorkeling and diving, that is breathtaking. If you see, I don't know, a huge manta ray, octopus, something unusual, that's, yeah, and a little bit scary as well.
Yeah, it is. It's something I would like to learn to do.
Okay, so from the top of the two towers in the earth of Bologna, I've not actually been there.
I have not visited Bologna either, but
I would like to though.
yeah, I would like to try the food.
Hmm.
Does sound
And I
like
hear it is very beautiful, that it is a beautiful town.
Yeah.
or city?
I remember seeing pictures of it, and it does look ridiculous, and it looks like something. If someone says to you breathtaking view and you see the towers, you think, yeah, that's a very good example.
Yeah, good job, Vincenzo. Okay, off the beaten track. Okay, so not in the main areas you would go as a tourist. There'll be less tourists there. It's off the main paths. Have you been to a place like that?
Off the beaten track. I've been to lots of places that are off the beaten track, really. Lots of them in Scotland, because Scotland, a lot of the country is wilderness, really, and
Yeah,
a lot
totally.
of it is off the beaten track. But Lucia says the Amalfitana coast is very breathtaking because you are on a hill and you can admire all the sea and the island in the Gulf. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine and not remember, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
yeah, that is my idea of a breathtaking scene as well.
yeah, I would
And
love to see that.
Fabiola, some beaches are off the beaten track. Yeah, some beaches are not full of people and they are sort of secluded from other people.
Yes, definitely. Okay, bustling town, very busy town. Lots of people, lots of things happening in a bustling town. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Well, Marrakesh, I have been there, and we've used that in the slide. Where else? I mean, many places I would describe as bustling.
Yeah,
Amsterdam,
I think the
Barcelona.
most bustling I've ever seen is Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Never
to Tokyo. Yeah, definitely. That's a really good example.
never seen anything like that.
Yeah, Shibuya crossing.
Yeah,
It's insane.
the zebra crossing is it's
Insane.
very, very strange.
Yeah, definitely. I'd agree with you there, actually. That's the most bustling town that I've seen as well, or city. Okay. Was there like anything you had come across before? Would you use Vegas for that as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vegas is unlike anything I ever come across.
Trying to think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Naples is a bustling town. There's a lot of life and a lot of movement and a lot of atmosphere in Naples all the time.
Yeah. Good example. Well done. Anything you'd ever come across? I think maybe Tokyo. I think I would say Tokyo again. I was quite
Yeah,
blown away by Tokyo and confused in a good way. Lots happening, lots to see.
yeah,
Very different world from how we live in the UK or in Italy. Very different.
it's true. It's a very, they call it another planet
Yeah,
for
I
a
think that's a good
reason.
way to describe it. Very up to date though, very modern.
Um, Run down but magical.
Hmm.
Place that
Maybe
is run
some
down but magical.
maybe some castles in the UK.
Yeah, would be a good
With
example.
I'm trying to think of names. There's Warwick Castle. I went there when I was a kid.
Yeah,
And I'm sure castles in Scotland as well. I've not actually been to Scotland, but I can imagine. That's what springs to mind for me anyway. The castle with beautiful scenery around it of the countryside.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other examples, but I can't think of place that's run down but magical.
Yeah.
Castles
Also trying to think maybe like a city, but or an old town.
yeah,
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 castle is my example. I can't think of anything else. Maybe someone can comment if they can think
yeah.
something that's run down but magical.
Can you think of anywhere that's run down but magical? And finally, in the heart of a countryside or a city. Duomo is in the heart of the city. Duomo is the heart of Milan, in the
Yeah,
heart of Milan. But trying to think, Plaza de Sol in Madrid is in the heart of the city of Madrid.
mm,
Been to lots of places in the heart of the city and places in the heart of the countryside as well, where you feel you are completely away from people.
yeah, surrounded by the
Nature.
hills and yeah, the fields and nature. Definitely, you're in the heart then.
Exactly. Exactly. Shall we do a little review of the language of today?
Yes. Okay. So let's quickly. So springs to mind. We've used this a few times. Springs to mind means the first thing you think of when you
Yeah.
hear a word. So paradise for me. The idea of beaches sprung to my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, we
That
have a
kind of
comment. Yeah, and
that
then
kind of thing.
paradise on earth. It's people's opinions, really. I think we all can have different ideas of paradise on earth, but we were all kind of agreeing about silence and nature and breathtaking views were paradise on earth.
Yeah. 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 This kind of beautiful landscape, unlike anything you would come across before. Ooh, lovely example. Use the phrase to come across. Excellent.
Yeah,
Well done. Great language, Fabiola. Really nice. Okay, so in the heart of the city, where the life of the city is strongest.
yeah, definitely. Bustling, very busy town, lots happening, lots of people. You can hear lots of talking, maybe
Yeah,
music. Busy
packed,
place.
vibrant. Packed is a
Mm,
synonym of full, and
yeah, yeah,
vibrant, colourful, bright.
yeah. Vast and rundown. Really, really big, large, vast landscape. It kind of goes all the way across. It's very, very big.
Yeah,
Rundown. It's quite old. It's not being kept up to date. What was your example for Milan? I can't remember.
pasta.
mm,
The area
yeah,
is quite run down.
not as it once was. Uh,
To come across is to discover by accident, and off the beaten track is a route that not a lot of people travel on.
yeah, definitely. Strolled. Oh, sorry, did you say unspoilt? Man hasn't been there. It is completely how it should be, and it is
Original.
natural. Yeah, it's original. That's a really good word. Original. Strolled. Uh, small walk, not fast, sorry, you're not walking very fast. And side by side, they're just each next to each other. Too much to take in. There's so much happening that we can't feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about
You can't
breathtaking?
appreciate it.
Yeah, you can't appreciate it. True. And breathtaking, just it takes your breath away. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You can't believe what you're seeing. And then the backdrop is the background. That, as I said, with a photo, the background, the mountains behind a town is the
Exactly.
backdrop.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're out of time. There was a lot to get into that lesson today. There was a lot of phrases and new vocabulary. So thank you for sticking with us there.
Yeah, a lot of language, but thank you for joining us today and for your comments. And just keep trying to practice English. We have focuses, we have lessons 10 to 13 every hour in webinars. So join as often as you can. And hopefully we'll see you in a classroom very soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see people in a classroom. But yeah, for now, stick with us and enjoy the rest of your day. No, bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
See you.